guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be one in which I kind of share like this guidebook with you about active ingredients, what active ingredient does, what specific for your skin, and also product recommendations for each of these active ingredients and the products that I have personally tried that contain a specific active or a specific active ingredient, and what it works for, what it targets for, etc. Now, the reason for me doing this video, first of all, I thought this for the longest time that there are so many people out there, so many experts, so many people in general who have done videos on this topic specifically in the past, when active ingredients were new to the market and when people didn't know what was meant for what. At that time, I felt like this video was more relevant. But in today's day and age, everyone knows what a retinol does, everyone knows what a vitamin C does, everyone knows what a niacinamide does. So what is the point even of doing a video like this? But then for some reason I started seeing these comments of people requesting this video, and I also saw people using products with certain active ingredients which would not even do anything for their skin because they don't have the skin concern which that active ingredient would target essentially. So then I'm like, you're not even going to see any results with your skin, and you're going to think, okay, what is the point even of this product, because it's doing nothing for my skin. Well, it's doing nothing for you because you don't have what, I mean, how should I say this? Like, for example, if you don't have acne but you're using salicylic acid, that salicylic acid product is going to do nothing for you. If you have already smooth skin, you don't have uneven skin texture, and you use an AHA toner, you're not going to notice any difference in your skin because you don't have uneven skin texture that the AHA would then target and remove and work on, basically. So it's as simple as that. If you if you don't have fine lines and wrinkles and you use a retinol, yeah, your skin's going to get smooth over time, but you're not going to notice a drastic amount of improvement in your skin. Versus someone like my mom who has fine lines and wrinkles, she is noticing a significant amount of difference in her skin using retinol. Versus for me personally, I'm just noticing an overall improvement in my skin, but it's not drastic enough to the point where I feel like, oh my god, this is like changing my skin completely. Like, I don't look 5 years younger, whereas she does. So that's basically what I'm talking about. So in essence, to introduce this video and tell you, I'm going to talk about the specific active ingredients that I have experience with, what I feel like they work towards statistically and based on data and science that is out there. But I'm also going to talk about my personal experience with all of these active ingredients, and I want you to know that products are still going to work different on your skin specifically, and I'm going to give you certain like very specific examples for each of them. And then towards the end of the video, we're going to talk about product recommendations for each of the specific active ingredients that I have personally used. I'm not going to talk about popular products that are out there and tell you, okay, you should buy this or that because it's popular. No, I'm going to tell you products that I have used for every single active ingredient and why I recommend them, what skin type it's meant for. I'm going to include product recommendations for dry skin and oily skin if I can, and if I can't, then I'll just tell you like which skin type what product is meant for, because I'm sure that even based on skin type specifically, my recommendations would work differently for everyone. So that's what this video is going to be about. It can be a pretty long and detailed one, so in case it's very long, grab yourself a snack or a drink or something to keep you company throughout this video. But now let's jump into it. Starting with the first very controversial, highly spoken about active ingredient for years and years and years. I'm talking about vitamin C. Now, I want to say like 7, 8, 9 years ago, when I started getting into skincare, I was like 15, 16 back then. Vitamin C was like the most coveted ingredient for brightening and for hyperpigmentation. Like, people literally used to say that if you use vitamin C, you're going to notice an improvement in your hyperpigmentation, your acne scars, etc. And back in the day, I had a lot of breakouts, so I used vitamin C, I think, consistently, and I tried so many different vitamin C's. I think more than 20-25 different vitamin C's I've tried for 2 to 3 years, you guys. I'm not even joking. And I noticed no improvement with any of them on my acne marks specifically. So I was so demotivated, and then I basically completely stopped using vitamin C in the middle because I was not noticing any improvement in my skin. And I am sharing this example with you and telling you this story because till date I get questions when people asking me, I have hyperpigmentation, will this specific vitamin C work for me? It might, but I cannot say that to you because I have not noticed any improvement in my skin using vitamin C specifically only for hyperpigmentation. I'm not talking about anything else, I'm just talking about hyperpigmentation. So for that reason, I want to say to you, vitamin C is something that is not an essential in your skincare routine at all, unless you want to actually work on anti-aging over the next couple of decades. If you're around my age, I'm going to be 25 this year. If you want to look younger when you're 35, 45, 55, 60, vitamin C is something that dermats actually recommend along with retinol over time, over decades, is going to help in your skin long term because it's going to help with the collagen production in your skin. That is what it is supposed to do, but that is not something you're going to notice instant results with. You might not even notice a lot of results with this ingredient in your skin and the way your skin looks over the next 2 to 5 years. It will take probably a few decades, and it's just something that you're going to have to do. It's like when you're investing money into like an SIP or a mutual fund or something, it's not going to help you right now because it's a long-term investment. I feel like vitamin C is kind of the same thing for your skin. It's something that you can do if you want to, but it's not an like essential for your skin at all. It's also an antioxidant, and there are a lot of antioxidants. It's not necessary that you have to just use this specific product as an antioxidant. And what an antioxidant does basically is that it helps with the free radical damage. Now the free radical damage causes your skin basically to age a lot over time. All our skin is going to age because of free radical damage. There is not much you can do about it. You can just slow the process by using an antioxidant, and vitamin C is one of the most popular antioxidants. So again, paired with the other products in your skincare routine, it's probably going to help with anti-aging in some sort of way, but it's not something that you can essentially see a lot of difference with right now. So it is one of those ingredients personally I use sometimes, other times I don't. It completely depends on what are the other products I'm using in my routine that are giving me results now. So yes, that is my thoughts on vitamin C. And next time anyone asks me is a vitamin C going to help with XYZ, I'm just going to link you to this video, and in case you're watching it, I hope that this made some sort of sense to you and it's going to hopefully help you. And yes, I will be speaking about some other ingredients towards the later part of this video, which will probably help with your hyperpigmentation, and I will tell you the ones which have helped me with my hyperpigmentation because they have helped a ton, you guys, a ton. So anyways, let's move on and talk about one of my favorite active ingredients ever, because along with retinol, I feel like this is one of the ingredients that has really changed my skin for the better, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say it has changed my skin. And I'm speaking about niacinamide. Niacinamide is also one of the other ingredients that I think once the huge boom of vitamin C had come about and once that started like fading away, I feel like niacinamide picked up a lot. There are a lot of brands that heavily, like, these are the brands which I feel like kind of have caused the success of have caused the success of niacinamide in the skincare industry. Like The Ordinary, that is the biggest brand I can honestly think about, because their niacinamide products became very popular. And even the Minimalist in India, I feel like made niacinamide very, very, very popular initially. And their serums are still a bestseller in India, specifically on Nykaa. I can tell you that. So what does niacinamide do? Niacinamide helps with your appearance of the pores. Like if you notice your pores a lot around the nose region, around the side of your nose, basically this is what niacinamide will help with, and it has actually improved the appearance of my pores a lot, and it has also improved the oiliness of my skin basically. So with using niacinamide consistently over like a year and a half or so, my skin has actually become way less oily. And now I actually tell people, like earlier when someone asked me what my skin type was, I would say I have oily skin. Now I actually say I have more normal skin because of using niacinamide so regularly. I feel like it has actually changed my skin, and my skin is so much less oily now. So that is what niacinamide really helps with. There are a lot of people that say that it helps with your hyperpigmentation, it helps with the overall appearance of your skin. I don't see as much of a difference with those things. What I really notice a difference with is the oiliness and the appearance of the pores. Moving on next, something else that I also feel like has helped in turn with niacinamide a lot on my pores are chemical exfoliants. So I used to break out a lot, and I also had a lot of uneven skin texture on my skin, and the next two active ingredients I'm going to talk about help with those. So AHAs. Now AHAs are mandelic acid, lactic acid, glycolic acid. What else do we have? I think these are the three most common ones. Mandelic acid is also not as popular. I feel like lactic acid and glycolic acid are the most popular. And these are your AHAs, your toners, your serums. These are generally the forms that AHAs come in, and what these help with is majorly your uneven skin texture. So if you have bumpy skin, if you have like what people also like to call fungal acne, I don't think that term is as popular anymore, but people still refer to the skin texture and the bumps specifically on your forehead as fungal acne, and I feel like this ingredient actually helps quite a bit with that. Fungal acne can also be caused by over moisturizing your skin. I feel like personally that also gives me bumpy skin sometimes, because I feel like it really clogs all your pores, and that is why you notice that bumpiness on your skin. Again, every person has a different experience, so you cannot just go by it and say like, okay, this is this is that. That's not how it works personally. But anyways, coming back to AHAs and how they help with your uneven skin texture, they kind of slough off the dead skin on your skin, basically on your face or on other parts of your body even, that is causing the pores to clog and causing the uneven skin texture. Talking about the uneven skin texture, I feel like breakouts are kind of simultaneous with it. A lot of times you tend to break out because your pores are clogged, and that can be caused by the dead skin also, which is kind of stuck in the pores. So when you're using an AHA combined with a BHA, it really helps with clearing out your pores. So even though people might talk more about BHAs helping with breakouts, I also think that AHAs can also help with breakouts depending on what the cause of the breakout is. So that's what I like AHAs a lot for. If you have problematic skin, and when I say problematic skin, I mean any of these problems like uneven skin texture, breakouts, etc., I think AHAs and BHAs play a very big role. But if you are someone who doesn't face that problem anymore, you can kind of let your AHAs and BHAs take a back seat, and you don't have to use them as regularly as you would otherwise. That's something I want to let people know, because if you are someone who has struggled with it before, doesn't struggle with it anymore, you feel like, do I need to continue to use these products? And you will also notice that once your skin gets better, you using the products consistently is not going to help so much with your skin, and you're not going to notice any results. So then you might feel like, okay, what is the point even of investing money in these products and constantly using them if you're not going to notice any results? Basically what you can do is you can reduce the frequency, or you can have the products kind of sitting in your collection, lying at one side, and not use them during the period when you are not facing those issues. And if they ever come up again, that's when you can start using them. So that I feel like makes more sense, because then you are actually focusing your skincare routine and targeting on your specific skin concerns. Anyways, moving on to BHAs. Now BHAs, more commonly known as salicylic acid, is another form of chemical exfoliant which majorly helps with acne prone skin if you're having breakouts, and specifically I would say for oily skin. I feel like most salicylic acid products are formulated in a certain way where they're more helpful for oily skin versus dry skin. It doesn't mean that dry skin people cannot use salicylic acid. You definitely can. It's just unfortunate that at this point of time in the Indian market, at least, we don't have a lot of salicylic acid products that are moisturizing enough where it's meant for dry skin. So what I would suggest anyone who has dry skin is you can still use your salicylic acid products. Just make sure that you're moisturizing well after, because you also need to protect your skin barrier. You need to make sure that the salicylic acid product is not too drying on your skin, and it's not going to cause a different set of problems for you. So that is what BHAs are meant for. Moving on, next let's talk about kojic acid, and I'll also talk about alpha arbutin kind of simultaneously in this category specifically, because I feel like these are the two ingredients which I have actually noticed helping with my hyperpigmentation, along with the next ingredient which I will talk about. But these two have actually, like, I've seen results in my skin when it comes to my hyperpigmentation with these two products. So if you ask me what is going to help my hyperpigmentation and my acne spots, I would actually suggest you to use these two ingredients first and see if they help. You don't have to use both of them together. You can use either kojic acid or you can use alpha arbutin, depending on which one is more available to you, which one you're looking at buying, which brand you want to buy from, etc. And again, there are still not as many brands who are making products with these ingredients to help with your hyperpigmentation. So you might also find that there are limited options out there in the market. So whatever you're able to get your hands on, try that out. And if one doesn't work, try the other. And don't just keep using the same product for a very long amount of time without seeing any results. If you're finishing an entire bottle of a product and you're still not noticing any results, you should probably switch over. I think using up one entire bottle of any product is like, I would say, long enough for you to notice at least some result, like at least 2% or 5% of an improvement in your skin should be something that you can target towards. So yes, that is that. Okay, so when I got interrupted, I think I was going to move on to retinol, which is going to be our last active ingredient I'm going to be talking about today. Now, retinol does basically, I want to say, everything for you. I don't think there is one ingredient that does as much as retinol does, and I'm not saying this as someone who is biased. I genuinely think that it does so much for your skin. And I think everyone can benefit from using a retinol of some form, no matter what your age is. I think initially it was found as something that is an anti-acne treatment for like teenagers, young adults, etc. And then later on, when people found out like anecdotal experience that it helps with fine lines and wrinkles, that is how it became known as this anti-aging ingredient that is going to help so many people. And now it is more popular as an anti-aging ingredient. But what a lot of people don't know is that it was initially an anti-acne treatment. So even though I have not personally noticed as much of an improvement in my breakouts, specifically, like if I start breaking out during the time of the month, I don't use retinol as a spot treatment on my breakouts. I just continue using it all over my face, and it does help. Probably, I don't know, but for me personally, I have noticed a lot of, like, in general improvement in the way my skin looks. And this is something people have told me a lot, even in person, when they've seen me bare skin, that my skin pre-retinol versus after using retinol for I think just a month or two also, there is a gradual improvement in the overall texture of my skin, the tone of my skin, just the way my face looks and how clear it looks, how radiant it looks without any makeup. And that is probably the most like the best compliment I have ever gotten on my skin is with that. Like post a few months of using retinol, when I saw a friend, like my best friend actually, when I saw her at her house, and she was like, wow, your skin looks really good. What is the you know, like, what's the secret? Like, how has your skin suddenly gotten so good? And I was like, I just started using a retinol, nothing else. And she was like, wow, this product really suits you. And back then I was using the Earth Rhythm Rapid Renew Concentrate, which is not available any longer, but I have been using the Foxtail Retinol. And again, I'll move into product recommendations a little bit later, but yes, retinol has truly helped my skin a lot. I cannot talk about the anti-aging benefits on my skin personally, but I can say from seeing my mom, who's been using retinol for I think 2 years now, definitely her skin has improved quite a bit. And I feel like for me personally, retinol has actually helped with my hyperpigmentation as well, along with kojic acid and alpha arbutin for sure. But retinol has also helped quite a bit with it, because I feel like the skin cell turnover of your skin is what kind of helps the hyperpigmentation fade away, and I feel like that is what retinol is really, really good at. So that is how it kind of helps with your hyperpigmentation. So those are all the active ingredients that I wanted to speak about, and that is all the information that I wanted to share with you in terms of what helps with what, like what ingredient helps with what skin concern. And one last thing before we end this segment of the video, I want to let you guys know, please do not feel the need to buy every single active ingredient and have each of them in your skincare routine. The only ones that you need to spend your money on are the ones that are going to help with your specific skin concern. So when you're picking out an active ingredient or you're buying a product, think about how is this going to help my skin. If you have great skin without doing too much skincare, you just need a cleanser, a moisturizer and a sunscreen. You can even do very well with just a cleanser and a sunscreen, and that's it. You can also substitute your sunscreen as your moisturizer and sunscreen, like 2-in-1. The only time when you need to buy serums, toners, active ingredients, etc. is when you have a specific skin concern that you're dealing with, and that is it. So don't feel like watching other people, watching the beauty community buy so much skincare, you need to buy all of that as well. You absolutely don't need to buy any of it unless and until you don't absolutely need to. And now we're going to move into the product recommendations next.